Aquashella.
Yay!
This is my second stream in the last 2 hours.
It's my first. Actually, it's my first in the last week and a half because we didn't stream Thursday.
That's true. Yes, if you are coming here from our channel, I apologize about that. We ran into some complications getting down here to Dallas, and we just weren't able to do it. Our flight was delayed and all that other nonsense. But we're here now, Dallas Aquashella. I'm so excited to be here. I was on a stream 2 hours ago with Big Rich right here and Brett Raymer right here. I think I said 5 words in the live stream, and I loved it because you got two greats in our industry and just sit there
and now you know how it feels to be me.
But I like it. I like that. And every time I pass the show off to you, you don't have anything to say. So
because at that moment I don't have anything to say because I like interrupting you.
Yeah,
it just makes it better.
So I got to tell you, this show has been absolutely overwhelming so far, in a good way. Nothing bad at all. I went out. I had to step outside to indulge in my vices a little while ago. It was a couple hours ago before my stream with Brett and Rich. And somebody was out there with me, and they said there were 2,000 people still out there trying to get in.
What?
I didn't go around there to see it, so I don't know that was true, but I can believe it because this place has been slam-packed all day long. It's been nonstop.
It has been awesome, though.
This has to be the biggest Aquashella so far.
This is definitely the biggest one so far. I'm just shocked because there's so many people here. And one thing I can honestly say is I love Dallas. I love Texas. This place has been so welcoming. From the time we got off of the plane, we were welcomed to Texas. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy, because people don't really do that in Virginia.
And being in Dallas, we had to go where you go when you're in Dallas. My mother has been telling me for 47 years, if you ever get the opportunity to go to Dealey Plaza, you have to go. And we did. And it was amazing. Well, I feel weird saying it was amazing because of what happened there.
Well, it's really not as weird as the picture that Joanna and Carrie and I took. We took like a selfie with the X on the road right behind us, and we're smiling. So that's probably a little bit more weird.
A little bit weird, but you know what? It was way smaller than I expected. But you know what? We're not here to talk about the site of the assassination of John F. Kennedy. We're here to talk about Aquashella. We're here to answer questions that people have about anything. It doesn't really matter. Just got to let my friends sitting here in the audience know if they can hear me. It was my idea to have y'all be able to participate with the stream like this. So do not be afraid. If you have questions, just go to our wonderful producer, Ed, and he will help you out with that. And of course, the people that are in the chat on the stream, you can definitely send your questions through too, and Ed will read those to us. I think you have one already, Ed.
Hi, I'm Katie from San Antonio, and I want to know what it was like owning a fish store.
Oh. Ooh.
I'll let you have that one first.
Oh, okay. Owning a fish store it's one of those things where you get in the hobby and you're like, you know what, this is so much fun. I'm going to get another fish tank, and then you go on and you get more fish tanks. And then you're like, you know what, I want to do this for a living. Let's start a store. So it's awesome in the beginning. It's very overwhelming. But it's also a lot of fun. And you get to meet people. You get to interact with people. And I think it was that's the best part of it for me, was the people that would come in. Not necessarily people that bought fish, but, because there was a lot of people we didn't send fish home with because they needed to learn how to properly cycle the tank first. So just talking to them there and, telling them what they needed to do was so much fun. And, that's what a lot of people look at YouTube for now is, that kind of interaction to learn. And to actually do it in person is it's a good feeling. And owning a fish store was great, except for the business part of it, all of that. So we learned a lot from it. And one thing we'll never do is fail.
Yeah, I mean the best thing about having something like that, it was almost obviously not as crowded as this is, but it was almost like this environment every day because it was people coming into the store, they bring their phones, they show us their tanks and they're talking about their fish, and a lot of the stories that I tell in my videos or she tells in videos came from those conversations at the store. So it was an amazing thing. And it was really, really hard when we had to shut it down because we knew we were going to miss that aspect of it.
Miss the people.
Right.
But we still kept in touch with a lot of people that came to the store, which is awesome because they ended up, some of them joined the Tank Talk Facebook group, and some of them we're just still friends with in the community, and that's great. But I miss the people from the store. So.
Yep. It's long-lasting friendships that we've developed from there. It's a beautiful thing. So
yeah.
What else we got, Ed?
Jimmy P would like to know, have you guys seen anything new that you'd like to take home or any fish?
Me first. Oh my gosh. This is the first Aquashella out of the 3 that has a houseplant booth.
Oh God.
What? I mean, these plants are amazing. They have the variegated monsteras. They have like the alba monsteras. They have so many awesome plants. So it's not always just about fish keeping. You know what I mean? It's about plants.
So the full transparency, I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't seen a whole lot.
Well, that's all I really saw.
It's yesterday. Excuse me, not Corona. Don't worry. Yesterday, everybody was still getting things set up. It was madness in here. It was crazy. And we get here today. It was immediate. The VIPs started showing up at 10 o'clock. That's when they opened it up to the people that are VIP ticket holders. And it was just, it's been nonstop ever since. So I haven't yet been able to make the full walkthrough of the whole event yet. So it's hard for me to see things that I haven't seen yet. But one of my favorite things to see here is the art. I love that part of it.
The art. There's a hoo-hoo.
And there's a lot.
There's a hoo-hoo picture over there that I saw yesterday. And that's just because it wasn't crowded or anything. So I just kind of glanced in the booth and I saw it, and it's super cute. But I think for the most part, all I've really seen is the bathroom today. Because, when you got to pee, you got to pee. But in the crowd, the line to get to the food, have you seen that?
Yes.
And there's no more waters in the vending machine. So I ended up getting a Diet Coke, and that's okay.
And everything that we're saying right now is a good thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're not complaining about it. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And we're living the dream when we can't walk around because we're being held here by people that want to meet us and all of this.
Awesome
it's an amazing
people.
thing.
So many sweet people. Oh, you know what? I forgot my picture. A little girl named Jennifer, she colored a Betta picture for me, and it's just beautiful. So she wanted me to have it, and she signed it, and
she was so excited to get that to you.
Sweet.
Absolutely adorable.
Yeah.
What else we got, Ed? Nobody from the audience?
What have you thought about the Halloween theme with Aquashella?
What was that question?
The Halloween theme. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I mean, I don't think Halloween was Aquachella's idea. I think maybe they had that before Aquashella.
Probably.
But no, it's really cool. I mean, we're seeing a lot of people walking around with costumes on, and it's awesome. I mean, it just adds another level to it. And with this being a festival that's not only aquariums, but it's also art, we got a lot of artistic people that are going a little crazy with the costumes. So
yeah,
it's a blast. And a lot of dogs have been here today.
I know, they're so cute.
And I love it. It's amazing. So,
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think that's really, really cool. And yes, I will be donning the Heisenberg outfit tomorrow. So if you're if you haven't come out here yet, come out tomorrow, and I'll be the guy that looks like Breaking Bad.
I keep hearing a lot of people talking about fish theme costumes, which makes perfect sense. And
Ed, thank you.
I kind of went the other route and didn't do a fish theme. Thank you so much, Ed. This won't make me burp.
Yeah, mine's definitely not fish themed, but
mine isn't either. But that's okay.
Totally fine.
We don't have to be like everybody else.
Yeah, and there'll be a lot of heads turned when they see this one's costume tomorrow.
Stop.
And it's just, I mean, hey, what can I say?
Don't
I'm a lucky guy.
Stop. Anyway.
Are they doing anything special for the kids here at, that might be from out of town?
They are. Almost all of the booths, if not all of the booths, are handing out candy. So it's almost like trick-or-treating where you don't even have to walk up and say trick-or-treat. You just walk up and they give you candy.
And there is an area way up in the front. I haven't been up there today, but yesterday I was up there when it was empty. But they have an area for children up there to skate tanks and all that. So this is a very child-friendly event, and it's very family-oriented, and I think it's great because you can bring your dogs, you can bring your kids, you can bring your spouse. People come with a man came with his sister, and it's just really awesome that you can go here with anybody. You don't have to feel like you're the best fish keeper in the world to walk in this event. You just come here, you have fun, and you might be bringing somebody that's never kept a fish before, and they leave here, and now they want to be a fish keeper. And I just think it's awesome. So.
And if you hear my talk tomorrow, if you're fortunate enough to have a ticket tomorrow and then you come here and see my talk, you'll realize why that is such a good thing. To be able to introduce new people to this hobby, it's a beautiful thing to be able to do that. One of the things that I've noticed, and I'm not saying this for any reason other than it's just true, the kids at this event seem like they're having a better time than the other ones. Not that the other ones were bad, but it just seems like the kids are having so much fun here. They're bopping around and going nuts. And so, don't be afraid to bring your kids here. And I haven't seen anything costume-wise that would scare kids.
No.
It's all been fun and easygoing stuff. So
definitely fun.
Yeah.
So
Evan would like to know, have you seen any Halloween skates, like aquarium skates?
Yes. There's a tank up there. It's the cutest. It's like a nano tank, and they took spiderwood. I think it's like a spiderwood, and they made it look like a spider web. They bent it and they made it look like a spider web, and it's just super cute.
Yeah, like I said, I have not been able to walk through yet.
I saw it yesterday coming back.
Yeah.
Caught my eye.
I walked around the building outside a little bit ago before we started this stream, and I went in the front door, and I had to rush back here to get onto the stream. And I think there was a couple of people that wanted to stop me, and I kind of blasted past them. I feel bad about that, but had to be here for the stream.
They found you.
I mean, they'll come back here. They know where to find me. So.
Okay. Has there been any of those escapes that just blew your mind with like scariness?
Oh.
Again, I haven't seen them, so.
No, I mean, I have not seen anything like that. I'm honestly just saying what I kind of saw walking through briefly. There are a lot of people here, so even walking from the bathroom to back here, you can't see everything because people are blocking the way. But once I get around and I start seeing more, I plan on seeing a lot more. I'm making a dedicated decision. I'm going to look at everything before this weekend is over, and I'll talk about it on our live stream because I obviously can't do it right this second.
I think that, first of all, the reason why we haven't been able to see the stuff is not because it's not the show's fault.
Oh, no.
It's just the fact that we're back here and we're here for the people, and people are coming up and they want to talk to us and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it's not the show's fault. It's just, it's us being YouTubers, I guess, that is to blame. So yeah, anyway.
Real Mandarin Fish is a huge fan of yours, and he or she would like to know if there's any good resources out there other than, like, I guess, YouTube to look for fish information.
Oh, yeah.
I have to take this one first because I know what your answer is going to be, and then I won't have an answer. So
I'm just going to take my answer.
it is. It's books. But wait a minute.
Everybody that knows me and knows our channel knows I'm going to say books.
You can still add to this. I'm going to take it from a different angle because you do have to be aware. Some of your older books have information in it that is maybe not to modern standards. I just did a video last Sunday talking about a book that said it's perfectly fine to have a 20-gallon Oscar in a 20-gallon tank. So you have to understand, the older the book is, you kind of have to know that things have changed and stuff like that. But I'm not an aquarium expert. I'm not. You're not. I mean, most of us that are YouTubers are not. We just enjoy showing what we're doing. So YouTube might not be the best place, and I'm glad that you are looking for other avenues. And I would say books. And you know what else? You go to your local fish store and you talk to the old timer behind the counter.
But
That's the guy.
But you just said some of the books from old timers aren't always correct.
But those were books that were written 30 years ago. The old man isn't still going to be doing things that he did back in 1982. He's going to be using more modern stuff and modern standards and all of that.
One of the reasons why I get books, though, for us, is, well, I read them more than you do, but I get them because if I'm going to do a video about something, I'm not going to watch a YouTuber and watch a YouTube channel to learn anything if I don't know it. I'm going to research, I'm going to read books, I'm going to look at old articles, I'm going to do my homework before I tell somebody else something because I don't want to give false information. So, and another good way to get information is go to a local fish club because most of the people there, not everybody, they could be new just like you too, but you're going to meet a lot of experienced people that are going to give you the right information as well. So it's always good to look in more than one place for information.
And also experience is the best teacher too.
Yeah, because you can learn from mistakes, that's for sure.
This one's for Lisa from Fishy Kid 61.
Hi, Fishy Kid.
He's watching you all the way from New Zealand.
We signed a shirt for you.
And he says, thank you for that. He knows,
Yay.
which is totally awesome. But, oh boy, it just jumped. He would like to know what your favorite Betta species is.
Well, I'm honestly going to say, Splendid just because that's the
bread
one.
And butter.
Well, it's the one I'm more experienced with. I've been pretty honest with everybody that I'm not experienced as much in like the wilds and stuff like that. I don't want to keep a fish that I'm not 100% comfortable with. If I can't talk to you about it because I don't know as much, I'm just going to tell you, So definitely the Splendens are my favorite, and especially the females, mainly because I feel sorry for them. They have been so underrated, but I think I'm not even going to say they're coming back. They're actually getting a chance now. And I love hearing.
I think you have a lot to do with that too.
Well, I love hearing when people say, I got a female beta because of you. I think it's so awesome because they're just as pretty. They really are. They're just as pretty as the males. They don't have to have the long, flowy fins. Honestly, the long, flowy fins, those are the ones. Sometimes they kind of scare me because, not scare me, but I'm more concerned with them getting caught on something or fin nipping and then they get infected or just something like that. Where you get a placat, whether it's a male or a female, you have less stress. So
this is a follow-up for me. Are the cats? Oh, I didn't even say it right. Are they a lot quicker? So are they tougher on tank mates?
I would say they're faster because they can move around easier. They don't have the long flowy fins holding them back. And, you know, I would say they're faster.
They're faster. I wouldn't say they're more aggressive, though.
No,
I mean,
I think a beta is going to be aggressive whether their fins are short or long. You know, it's their personality.
they call them fighters for a reason.
I would go with they're going to be aggressive anyways. So.
Lady Zen Ginger has a question for both of you.
Miss seeing you, Zen.
She would like to know, if money and space was no object, what would your dream tanks be, and what would you keep in them?
You go first.
No, I'm going to let you go first because everybody knows my answer.
Mine is a dream that will be a reality because I am going to have this tank. As far as square footage, I'm probably going to be way off because I'm really not good with that. But let's just go with gallons. Should I go with gallons?
Gallons, yeah.
It's going to be a low boy. It's going to be a really huge low boy. If I say, like, oh no, I want it to take up a whole middle of a room.
Let's say 6 foot by 4 foot. How about that?
Would that be 500 gallons?
I don't know.
Okay, so let's just say huge low boy. I just want it to be about that tall. Yeah.
12 inches. 12 inches.
10, maybe 10. Our inches are different. Anyway, I want it
Family
to
friendly
be
here.
whatever. So I want it to be filled with plants, but primarily house plants. I want to have house plants on top and some awesome scapes in there. Like, just this is going to be a tank that I want it to take me like a week to hardscape. That's what I'm talking about here. Some plants that I know I'm okay with, low lighted plants, because the plants that I'm going to have that are house plants on top are going to cover up the plants that are in the water. But I want a beta sorority, and I just want it to be so big and short and just perfect, and I want to do it right. The way I want it to be is that way. I mean, I've done them before. They've been fine, but I think this one would be more successful as far as plants go, because I know how to keep the females together, but it's the plants that I have the problem with. So I think this would be easier for me. So that's my dream tank.
Mine would be, it would be a tank that would be so big it would almost have to be made from acrylic, like the old ATM boys used to do. It would be ridiculous in length, like 16 feet long. And I'm going to say 16 by 6 by 6. I don't know what kind of filtration I'm going to use in that. It's probably going to be pool filter stuff. And it would all be South American. And the tank would be so big that you could have everything with everything. But
you got to get a datnoid. I know it's your dream tank, but please.
Datnoids could be part of it. And I don't even know. I mean, I said it last night. I don't even know where I was. Somebody asked, like, the Holy Grail. We did a panel here last night that I don't believe was on YouTube, but it was just us. And somebody said the dream or the Holy Grail fish, and I said Arapaimos. I don't even think a 16-foot tank is appropriate for an Arapaima. So maybe we need to go even bigger than that. But something like Big Rich has, where he's got a pool. Who yelled at me?
Fishy big.
I got headphones on, idiot. But yeah, it would be absolutely gigantic. That's it. So big that it would need like a full-time staff person to take care of it.
And 2 datnoids. Because if we're gonna have staff, we're gonna have 2 datnoids.
Hey, if you want to interfere with the show, come up here and do it on microphone. Come up here. You can talk to us on the microphone.
Come on up, Fishy Biz.
This guy, I don't even know what he's saying.
He would like you to ask the most important question you can ask.
No, I said if you want to interfere with the show, do it on microphone.
Never mind. You can get more of that on with Drew on Fishy Biz.
Thanks
Yes.
for contributing, Drew. That was very
Everybody,
nice of
that
you.
is Fishy Biz.
All right, what do we got, Ed?
Okay. The Fish Whisperer was wondering, is CO2 worth it? I have a planted tank, but it's filled with algae. I know CO2 can help get rid of the algae, but CO2 can be so expensive. Is it worth it?
we don't use it.
We would be doing you a disservice if we even acted like we knew what we were talking about when it comes to CO2.
Yeah.
We've never used. I
One
did buy
time.
a little kit, and it was just like I don't
And
know.
it went pop.
Yeah, it was just
He
not,
turned it up too high.
didn't really do much for us, but we didn't know what we were doing with it. So
It was him, I promise.
so I think we're going to have to respectfully decline that question, Ed. Ed, you should know better. No planted tank questions to us.
Give it less time. Time like light time.
Right.
That's what okay. Okay, well, you guys have been in Dallas. Have you guys had any of the amazing Texas food yet?
The pizza's great here.
Yeah, all we had was pizza. Yesterday, I didn't eat all day until
Right.
dinner. I know to look at me, you would not believe that, but it's true. And we had pizza, and I had lots of it, and it was great.
It was so good. I had it was what? I don't even want to say it was a veggie pizza, but it was one of those with mozzarella, and it had slices of tomatoes on it. It was just so good
Yeah.
with the balsamic vinaigrette on top. It was really yummy.
I'm agreeing with her as if I tried that, and I didn't because my pizza had meat on it. But yeah, very good. We are doing barbecue tonight, though, so that'll be a nice introduction. We were told you cannot go to Dallas or you cannot go to the state of Texas without having Texas barbecue, so we're going to do that tonight.
I wonder if they have a vegetarian barbecue.
I can't wait to see the reaction on the waiter's face when you ask.
Okay, we got a question. Well, not really a question, but I'm going to add to a statement. Corey Cichlids, he's like just getting into breeding cichlids and he's loving it.
Awesome.
And he's enjoying watching his fish grow out. But what's he going to do once he gets a whole tank filled? What would you suggest?
What kind of cichlids?
He just said he's breeding cichlids.
There's a lot of different kinds of cichlids. I'm going to go with Africans because that's kind of how. You want to take it first? I mean, you go first. I've been talking a lot.
Well, African cichlids, I mean, when we were breeding them, we did it because we wanted to sell them. But not everybody has that option. If you're part of a fish club, you can auction them off there, or you can get into maybe if you have a local fish store that might want them, they might take them off your hands for credit, but it's not something that you can make a lot of money off of, especially right away. Or actually, I wouldn't even expect that you would make a lot of money off of it, to be honest. But I would go with like a club and just auction them, because I think getting fish from people that breed them at home, I think they're better. They've been through less travel, less shipping, and I just think they're hardier.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you're first doing that, you need to learn how to breed the fish. And so getting rid of the fry, and I don't mean culling them, I mean finding good ways, whether it is through the fish clubs or the fish stores or whatever it is, to sell your fry. You're working on the craft of breeding. You're learning how things go and learning the ropes. So getting rid of the fry is a really important part. Once you've figured that whole game out and you know how to breed them, which is what we did, that's when you can start to really produce big numbers. And by that time, you will have figured out the best places to get rid of the fry. We did Craigslist, and it worked. Here we go. He just never stops with the interrupting on the stream. What?
It's all real, you guys.
Get out of here. Security. Security. So, yeah, that's...
But if you, another important thing though is if you're breeding them for fun, or if you're breeding them for, I would say if you're breeding them to get rid of them to stores and other places, make sure you're honest with people. If you're doing something and they're hybridized or something, because you don't want to mess that up. You don't want to say you're breeding German red peacocks and they're half German red and they're half Luanda or whatever. You know what I mean? Just, you don't want to mix them up and then get rid of them. Keep it.
And don't take hybrids to your club.
No, just keep it one strain. Just keep the full strain.
Is there anybody in the crowd? I see somebody standing up. I got to get a question from somebody in person, because it was my idea to have the audience be able to participate in this. So if there's nobody asking questions, I'm going to get in trouble. They're going to fire me.
We have a question.
Good.
It's Katie again. Do you think that pet stores should have pictures or models that accurately depict how big a fish is going to get when it's fully grown?
Ooh, that's a good question, Katie.
Definitely there should be, whether it's just posted on a picture or whatever. Yes. Now, the counter argument to that is information is so readily available right now that even in 2013, when we had our store, people would go right on their phone and they'd be looking it up right there. So they have access to the information, but
not everybody.
People are
does
lazy,
that.
and if it's not right in front of them, they're not going to go through the effort to find out. So yeah, not only should there be something there illustrating facts about that fish, but also the employees should be educated. Obviously they'll be educated, but also making sure they give that information to the people too.
I think there should be a picture, and I'm going to use Oscar as an example. You have a 10-gallon tank at Petco, and you have 10 little Oscars that big. I think right above that tank, you should have a full-grown picture of an Oscar right there, and it should say, this is how big they get.
There's a store that I have toured on our channel before called Schools of Fish, which is in Richmond, Virginia. And he has a couple of tanks that he put in the background of the tank was a picture of a full-grown, like actual sized fish.
Right.
Discus was one of them.
Yeah.
And so the fish in the tank are that big, but then you see the picture behind it and they're this big. It kind of, it's foolproof at that point. Now, obviously, fish stores aren't going to be changing their backgrounds around for stuff like that. And he doesn't always have discus in that tank, but that's another really cool way of doing it. I'd love to see a fish store doing that, because if you put a big giant picture in the front, then you're covering up half the tank, especially a big Oscar.
I have a request.
You want me to shut up?
No, actually, Stephen, your wife would like you to ask a question. Would you come up here, please? Could you come up?
On the stage or there?
No, up here. Come here.
I'm getting a little bit nervous now. I don't know what's happening here. The most talented man on YouTube, ladies and
This
gentlemen.
guy is amazing. This is Stephen P. Come here. Can you see him?
I'm trying.
Oh.
We're going to see where he lands.
I don't think there's a camera on that particular spot.
Oh, that's me.
Okay.
And then your microphone's not on either. Microphone 3 needs to be on. I'm confused. I don't know what's happening
I see him.
here.
He's there.
I don't know what's going on, but hey.
I don't know either. You got to get kind of close to these microphones.
How's that? Oh,
Yeah.
That's much better.
Yeah.
All righty.
All right. So does anybody have a question for Stephen?
I'm about to stress vomit right now, so hurry.
I don't know what's happening here. What is this?
I'm just taking over. I invited a guest.
Steven, what is it like to become a celebrity overnight with your musical talents?
That part about stress vomiting, yeah.
You are literally speaking a language that's going to make me want to punch you in the face right now. So
Oh, Lord.
I'm joking. It was a joke. I was not threatening him.
Steven's bigger, guys.
He is
me.
much bigger
He
than
is
I
so
am.
tall. I was like, oh my God, you're like tall like Steam Fod Aquatics. next to John, they look, yeah, right?
Stephen, what do you enjoy more, music or fish?
Two very different things. I like fish music.
Oh, fun. Yeah, if you have not seen it, this man did a music video, a rap song, and it is priceless. You have to check it out.
It was funny.
There is foul language, so maybe wait till she goes to bed. You know what I mean?
Very
Yeah.
small children sitting in the audience right now.
But yes, it is fantastic. It's amazing.
But on the thumbnail, it does say parent advisory. So, yeah.
If the audience would like to go see that, where would they go to see that?
To my channel. How are we going to do this? Because it's a very complicated name. Because when I made the name, I had no intentions of anyone ever finding me.
Aww.
Stephen P. 2003 Aquatics.
Awkward.
So yeah, have fun finding that. You'll figure it out.
I don't know if we have any mods, but if we do, can you throw that in there?
I don't think there
I
is
did not
mods
see
in
mods.
here. But yeah.
Well, guys, just type in Stephen P. Is it 203?
I see Rico stand in the
2003.
chat. He knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rico, just type it for everybody, and then they can figure it out.
If you search something that's even similar to that, you'll find it because there's no other name like that.
Yeah.
He definitely takes the trophy for best fish song on YouTube, stolen from Jadron Aquatics. But, you know, he had his time in the sun,
Yeah.
and it's time the mantle or the torch gets passed to this young man here.
Absolutely.
Very talented rapper.
I don't know. I really like the fish nerd song too.
Oh,
That
the
is a
fish
good
nerd song was great.
Oh, it's catchy. Very
Yes.
catchy.
Absolutely, but yours is better. I mean, I love Jason, but yeah.
So, Steven, what has been your favorite thing about Aquashella?
It's definitely meeting the people, like meeting all the fish tubers that I've gotten to know through chat and streams. I mean, that was really the sole reason for me to even come here. But as far as the displays, I just like looking at the art, and I like looking at the wood and the aquascapes. That's my thing.
Is it what you expected it to be?
Way bigger, really. Like I've seen the videos of like Orlando and Chicago, and this one is definitely much bigger.
It is.
of
Having
people.
been to them, I can speak that is true. This one is a lot bigger. So,
In Chicago and Orlando, by 3:41 on Saturday, the place was starting to die down a little bit. But I'm sitting here looking out at a sea of people that are still here. So
right.
Dallas goes big.
Yeah, this has been a very, very successful event as far as people coming, that's for sure. So, wow. Any other questions, Ed?
Yes, if you notice your fish gasping for air at the top of the tank,
We can't answer that.
what would you do, Stephen P?
Yes, Stephen.
But you can ask for advice from John.
Because what about Lisa?
Well, obviously.
I know how to take care of fish too.
I apologize.
I'm just kidding,
Well, how
Ed.
big is the fish? Can you give it mouth to mouth? No, but I mean, obviously, it's an oxygenation issue, or it could be an ammonia issue. You got to test your water, see what's going on, and then put an air stone in there. What else would you add to that?
I mean, the first thing I would do is test the first thing I would do is look to make sure your equipment's running properly. So you've got water movement in the tank. So you're making sure your filter isn't clogged up. You're making sure your water's running. If I see a current flowing through the tank, I'm going to test the water, and I'm going to see what it is, because ammonia will deplete oxygen in the tank. It burns the fish's lungs. They will go up to the top, and you'll know there's a huge problem. And so ammonia is usually going to be the culprit for that. So I would definitely treat with something like a prime that will detoxify that ammonia, and then and do a big giant water change, and continue to do water changes until it settles in.
I would start immediately doing a water change. And while I'm doing that water change, get the little vials out to do a test and test the water as I'm doing my water change, not after I do my water change, but I would start that process first and get that going, because I think at that point you have very little time you're dealing with. And then also at the same time think about, did I just do something like medicate the tank? Did I put algae fix in there, which depletes the oxygen?
What changed?
What did I do? But the first thing I would start with is a water change while testing to see what's going on. And you're right. Yeah. Prime. That's a good one to use as well. So.
We've also had a heater malfunction before that I didn't realize that the water had gotten up to the mid 90s. And that also caused some air gasping when the air storm was not running.
Wow, yeah. That's a thing for sure.
I think we are at 45 minutes here. I think they want us to shut things down at 45 minutes, don't they?
Sure. There's 1 minute left.
1 minute left?
Well,
Okay.
we need another question.
Is there any? This is from Rico Stan. I'm going to make it up because
Hey, Rico
really isn't.
Stan.
But he would like to know: is there any chance that you guys would do a song someday with Stephen P. in a video?
Oh.
I'm going to say no.
Well, we'd really love to see Lisa though.
Oh.
Hey, she is free to do that.
I could try, but I don't know if anyone's going to watch it.
My rapping skills are very poor.
I know a little
You can be
Lady
my hype
Gaga.
I know to look at me, you wouldn't imagine that, but yeah, I'm not much of a rapper.
Oh, rap. Oh, I'm not really good at rap. But, I mean, do you know any Lady Gaga or Beyonce?
But listen, there's no reason why I couldn't be the guy in the background with the hat and the big chains, and I'm the hype man. I could definitely do that.
Definitely.
But you're going to have to travel to Virginia if we're going to do that. I'm not coming to you to be a background character in your music video.
You got a better green screen than me anyway.
There you go.
could be a backup dancer.
I mean, I could be like, I'm drawing a blank on their names now. Anyway.
A backup dancer.
Well, I know, but I was trying to think of the characters on Step Brothers, and Brennan and
Mimish.
Dale.
Oh, Mimish.
But anyway, yeah, I went off the rails there. Sorry. But yeah, I think we are coming to the end. Sorry to make your tummy hurt there, Stephen. It was Lisa's idea, not mine.
Oh, Stephen. People, I
I
wanted people to
appreciate it.
meet you.
I appreciate the kind words as well. I'm just kind of freaked out.
Aw.
Don't be freaked out. You're sitting in front of some beautiful people that are YouTube fans. There's no reason to freak out, and you're good at this whole YouTube thing.
You
So
really are. You got talent, Stephen. We're going to see more of you. I know it.
don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. This guy, he's gonna start making a name for himself if he hasn't already. But this has been a lot of fun. My second stream of the day. It's been exciting,
Awesome.
and I didn't have to do all the talking, which I could do this all day if I'm not doing all the talking. It's a beautiful thing. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun to talk.
Or not talk. Anyway,
Anyways, if you, I guess, obviously you're probably not here if you're watching, but next year, why don't you come to Dallas if you are around, enjoy this with us. And you know what, if you're somewhere else where there's Aquashella, then I highly recommend you just go. You'll have fun. Bring your kids, your sister, your brother, your parents, whoever, make it a family event and just come out and enjoy yourself. And maybe Stephen will be there too.
a ball
He's
of
like-
enthusiasm, this guy.
There's a lot of great people here. So
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Thank you so much to Aquashella for having us.
absolutely.
Thank all of you for sitting here. This is a treat having people. It's the first
Hey,
time
Jennifer.
ever doing a live stream, actually having people staring at us while we're doing it. It's very cool. So thank you for sharing that with us. And with that, we will sign off. And thank you, Ed, for helping us
That's
out. This was
Ed.
awesome.
Ed is the man.